MMA fans have missed out on some of the sport's most unique and colorful individuals throughout the years. Due to weight limits, certain fighters were never able to compete in the UFC octagon. So, without further ado, let's take a look at the top 10 MMA fighters who were too heavy for the UFC. Kaido, 403 pounds. Kaido is a former professional sumo wrestler from Estonia. In 2015, he was signed to the Rizin promotion and won his debut fight against kickboxing legend Peter Aerts. The following year, he was invited to compete in the Rizin Openweight Grand Prix, where he was able to defeat two Japanese MMA legends.
TK lands that right, but then Baruto, boom, lands that knee and then just tosses him down to the ground.
However, Kaido's MMA story came to an end in December 2016 as he got knocked out by Mirko Cop. Alexandru Lungu, 352 pounds. Standing at 6 feet tall and weighing 352 pounds, Alexandru Lungu is a Romanian giant and one of the heaviest MMA competitors. Originally a successful judoka, Lungu signed to Pride in 2005 and made his professional MMA debut against James Thompson. Lungu, who weighed 368 pounds, knocked Thompson down in the first seconds of the opening bell, but appeared to tire after rising up and lost through TKO 2 minutes later. Alexandru is also known as the Bihor Mountain, has won 17 out of 22 MMA fights. His most recent MMA fight was to RXF 31 Promotions in 2018. However, he hasn't fought in MMA since then due to his move to kickboxing. Zinho, 390 pounds.
Zinho.
Zinho is a Brazilian mixed martial artist. In 2006, he was defeated by Antonio Nogueira by armbar in the first round, and his next fight was a submission loss to Butterbean at Pride 34. Zinho won the biggest fight of his career in December 2007 when he stopped Manoa in 3 rounds at K1 in Japan. However, with his massive frame, it's a guarantee we'll never see the man in the UFC's cage. Choi, 352 pounds. Standing at an astonishing 7 foot 2 inches tall and weighing in at 352 pounds, Hongman Choi is one of the most impressive fighters we've ever seen compete in MMA. Originally a well-accomplished kickboxer, he won the K1 Seoul Grand Prix in 2005. The South Korean would then simultaneously compete in both kickboxing and MMA when he made his K1 debut, defeating Bobby Olagon in just 16 seconds. In his second MMA fight, he faced the legendary Fedor Emelianenko, but was defeated by the Russian superior ground game with a first-round submission. Giant Silva, 385 pounds.
Hey, listen, he fights a 7'2" monster. I don't know what.
Giant Silva is a former mixed martial artist who had a brief career. Silva's athletic career began when he was a participant of the Brazilian national basketball team. He would then make the transition to MMA and professional wrestling in 1998. When he signed with the WWF, Silva stepped into the cage for the first time against Heath Herring in Pride 2003, where he was defeated by a rear naked choke submission in the 3rd round. Silva never appeared to find success inside the ring, with a record of 2 victories and 6 losses by the end of his career. In December of 2006, he was able to retire with a first-round submission victory against Akito Taro in K1. Gabi Garcia, 265 pounds. Standing at 6'2" and weighing in at 245 pounds of lean muscle, Garcia is a 10 times Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu world champion. However, her biggest issue in the MMA world is that she's a heavyweight. As a result, Garcia has been restricted to Asia and has been unable to compete in America. She is currently sitting at a perfect 6-0 in MMA, having fought mainly in Pride and Road FC. However, she has turned her focus back to her jiu-jitsu career, and as a result, she hasn't competed in MMA since 2018. Butterbean, 378 pounds. Eric Butterbean is a folk hero in the world of combat sports. After a successful boxing career, he turned his attention towards MMA, making his debut in 2003. Despite the fact that his size was viewed as a disadvantage by many, he went on to have a great career, even winning the MMA Super Heavyweight Champion in Elite 1. During his MMA career, he lost to Maruz Pudzianowski, but still ended with a respectable record of 17 wins in 28 fights. Akito Taro, 514 pounds. Akito Taro was one of the finest sumo wrestlers of the 1990s, and he used his fame to pursue a career in mixed martial arts and kickboxing. Taro didn't have much luck in MMA, going 0 for 4 from 2004 to 2006, and he didn't have much luck in kickboxing either, as he went 1-9 within the K1 and Ryzen rings. Despite not being a good fighter, Akito is a legendary figure in Japanese combat sports. His debut kickboxing fight against fellow giant Bob Sapp drew a record 54 million viewers in Japan, with Sapp knocking him out in the first round. As a consequence of health issues, he retired from competing in 2017. Bob Sapp, 329 pounds. Bob Sapp is a legend in his own sense. In his prime, he fought 64 times in kickboxing and mixed martial arts combined. He is one of the most popular of the giants who have never fought in the UFC. Sapp was a face of Japanese MMA and kickboxing in the 2000s, having started his career in Pride and K1 and compiling a 9-1 MMA record. Despite his size, Sapp has never been a dominant force in either sport, with losing records in both kickboxing and mixed martial arts. Typically collapsing at the first sight of danger, Sapp has been turned into a joke after being accused of fight fixing. Despite this, he will be regarded as a true beast in the ring, with notable victories against fighters like Akito Taro, the first non-Japanese-born Yokozuna. Maruz Pudzianowski, 313 pounds.
Check the legs, and look above it.
Weighing in at 313 pounds and standing at 6 foot 1 inches tall, the Polish Dominator is the current face of the freak fight market. Having previously won 5 World's Strongest Man titles, he transitioned to MMA in 2009 and compiled a record of 16 wins in 24 fights. The 44-year-old powerhouse has no plans on retiring from the MMA competition right now, having turned into somewhat of a decent fighter over the years, and is currently on a 4-fight knockout streak. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, press the like button and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any new videos.